Johnny the fuck Minerals, who I don't even view as a real human being.
It's guys like Minerals.
Let's have it right.
He's not on my radar. I don't care about him.
You got the Minerals to
one of them brown envelope mobs.
No Minerals.
Minerals. My big up Johnny. Let's have it right.
Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
The realness of this guy.
Minerals. Let's have it right.
Minerals FC.
Need proper winning Minerals, mate.
Let's have it right. I'm just a brown envelope, or I'm
Absolutely screwed. Let's have it right.
Brown envelopes.
You brown envelopes from the club.
You got the Minerals to fight for his place.
You are in the woods wronging. Thank you, mate. Appreciate you taking the time out to say that. Cheers. This one's for you. Greetings from Centre Parks, by the way. That's the background. I hope you're all well. This is just ridiculous, though, isn't it?
The Minerals.
Minerals FC.
Do you know what I mean?
Johnny Minerals.
Johnny the fuck Minerals.
The Minerals.
In them, we know that they have the minerals with not.
There's minerals that you need.
It's guys like Minerals and
You got the Minerals to
Let's have it right. Minerals. Johnny Minerals.
like Minerals is one of the very vociferous Chelsea fans.
Minerals FC mudded me. I couldn't give a shit about that guy.
Let's have it right.
Hey, Johnny's got the fucking minerals, mate.
Can everybody just stop getting shot? Let's have it right. Up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Big up to every single one of you live and locked in. Hope everyone is doing well and winning live. First and foremost, you know what to do. Smash a piece of that like button. Hit the subscribe button. We've got the noti bells, so you know when we're going live, although they don't do that for you. You know what I'm saying? A bit of a kerfuffle. And we've got the Minerals FC Ultras membership down below in the description, as we have Dan's channel in the title. Salute to all the Minerals FC Ultras. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things they'll never see. And salute to no surrender mentality. And big up to everyone live and locked in. And big up to you, Dan, bruv, for coming on today to land it. How we doing?
Come on, man. I'm all good, bro. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having a chat with you, mate. Ain't spoke to you about the game or anything to do with Chelsea in the last couple of weeks, so it'll be quite nice to get your opinions, mate. And pleasure to come on again, mate. Thank you.
As always, bruv, as always. Well, we'll go straight into it, won't we? Obviously, we lost 3-2 to you lot at home. Shambles. The only way I see it, boys v men. And that's where we are. Like we are a kindergarten FC. You know what I mean? We're not serious. We're not a serious club no more, Dan. Yeah? And you lot look like you're in just cruise control. You look like you were just passing it around. You had a game plan. You know, you didn't rest your whole back line. I mean, I know Calafiori didn't play, but you didn't rest. Like when we played you in the Premier League game, you know, you were missing both Gabriel and Saliba, I think. Yeah, and then Declan Rice was playing in the centre-back position, yeah, inverting there. Well, we didn't have to do that in this game. And, you know, him and Zubimendi, who got his goal, Gyökeres, got his goal as well. And who scored your first goal?
Ben White.
Ben White, that's it. Ben White. Yeah, turned up, proper glowing, isn't he? He's glowing nowadays at Arsenal, getting some minutes. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's shambles, bruv. Really is. We were a shit show.
Look, we should have been more convincing, really. Should have been more convincing, I thought. I was actually a bit disappointed that the tie isn't already over. I mean, Marino's tried to make it 4-1. Sanchez is made a good save of his foot, and it should be game over, really. We've let Garnacho somehow score 2 goals, being unmarked twice in the box. That's unforgivable, in my opinion. But other than that, I thought we could pretty much, we were the better side. I thought Zubimendi bossed the midfield. I know that, you know, there's a few Chelsea fans saying that Enzo Fernandez was the best player on the pitch, but I don't know what game they were watching. I thought Zubimendi was unbelievable in midfield and won us the game. And look, we've got some good players right now. We really have. And I look at the scenario of what's happening at Arsenal, and we have actually got a lot of injuries and have had a lot of injuries over the last season. You wouldn't know it, though, John, because our squad has been so good and so strong that someone just comes and slots in. If it's not Timber at right back, Ben White comes in, thought he had a good game. You're right to mention Saliba and Gabriel being out, with Mosquera being out as well, Incapie's out as well, Calafiori's out as well. We've had these injuries at the back, but the others have just been kind of slotting in. Miles Lewis-Skelly, I would have been worried if he would have played because he had a bit of a nightmare the last couple of games. And against Esteval, who looks a baller, by the way, I thought he'd give Timber a real good run for his money. And I thought he was probably the one that I did look and rate, if I'm honest. But he ain't going to do nothing at Chelsea without any proper experience around him. When he's looking around and he's seeing João Pedro next to him and he's seeing Garnacho and he's seeing Gittins and players like that, he needs to be looking around and seeing John Terry's and Frank Lampard's if he wants to be anything at Chelsea, in my opinion. But that's another story. Look, I think it's been quite clear to see that Liam Rosenior has come in at Chelsea, and as much as he's quite articulate and he talks the talk, there's also been some very strange things he's been saying. I don't know if you saw it down Twitter. He said something about taking gloves off to clap the players so they can hear him or something. I mean, what is going on with that? And then the other thing he's saying is a manager is a man age. If you split down manager, it's man who ages. I think, what is this guy doing? It just sounds a bit odd to me, mate. It just sounds a bit odd. But look, the game itself, I thought Arsenal deserved to win and should have 1 foot in the final now, bro.
Oh, yeah. Like, I can't see us doing anything. I'll be real. We're a joke. We are a joke. And Esteval was our best player. I know Baby Lurch come on and scored 2 goals. And I think if Raya was in goal, he's saving one of those. The way I look at it,
I agree.
I think that Kepa, the T-Rex arms and that, he ain't quite making that. But
I'm not a fan of him.
If it was Raya, I think, I don't know, maybe 2. He might have saved definitely 1. But, then it makes it 3-1. I think we're very fortunate that we did get those 2 goals because this deluded fan base thinks that we're still in it. But you lot didn't really get out of second gear from what I watched. You looked like you were just controlling the game. And the fact that you scored 3 goals at our ground tells you, well, what do we think is going to happen at the Emirates? Like what? You're not going to score any goals? And we're going to have a bundle of joy? Nah, bruv. Lego Ed took it serious. I thought he was going to make a lot more subs. I thought he was going to play like a slightly weaker team because of the Nottingham Forest game, but he didn't do that. So he's shown intent in terms of I need to get to that final. And we all saw Man City in the 7th minute in injury time going 2-0 up against Newcastle away. They're at their ground now to finish the job. And it's likely going to be the 2 teams that are generally in a title challenge, that are going to come up against each other in the Carabao Cup. And I always say, like Jose as well, winning the Carabao Cup, Pep loves to win it. You need to win this trophy, which gives you that extra taste in your mouth of winning and gives you that extra push to actually get over the line, whoever's going to win the title. But whoever wins that cup and they're in a title charge, it is a kickstart, trust me. But in terms of us, Esteval for me was the shining light. But again, he's trying to make things happen. He can see it's a shit show at Chelsea. Like we got this little wannabe ITK account, who tweeted out a couple of days ago, Chelsea internally is a mess, Then within 2 hours gets followed by Igbali, who's the majority owner at Chelsea, Makes sense of that all you will, Dan, All right. And then all of a sudden, he's talking up how everything's amazing behind the scenes at Chelsea and everyone's so positive and this and that, all right? And then he's also brought up that they want to build around Esteval. They value Cole Palmer, but they want to build around Esteval. He's got more of a ceiling, if you like, and this and that. I mean, what are we doing here, bruv? I found out the other day, and I've known for a while. Obviously, I've known Cole Palmer's been injured since back in the last season, all right? It's continued to now. And he's not happy, bruv. He was promised that big players were going to be signed, that we're going to go on a title charge, that we're going to have the chance of winning a title, that we're going to have a chance to go for the Champions League, right? And that was when we had Poch, after Poch went, Then we bought Enzo Maresca and we won the Club World Cup and he was promised again. That's 2 failed promises because you've seen how they acted in the market, bruv, And now Cole Palmer, he's not happy, bruv. And I've accepted he's gone. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, a lot of these players are going, They're not here for the long haul. Enzo Fernandez is linked to PSG right now. Their representatives have been in touch with PSG, and that's all kicking off. This traffic cone, who everyone glazes like a Lily Phillips walked down the street, glazed, looking like a glazed donut. I'll tell you this, this guy, bruv, get him out of my club, bruv, this coach singer, because he is shit. yeah, and all these sexuals, you can go with him as well, yeah. This guy, bruv, captain of Chelsea, while Reece didn't play, yeah, Dan, right, because he had muscle tightness, yet he's in training yesterday. I mean, make sense of it all you will, yeah. It's just a joke. We're rotating players because it's a club strategy to advertise players to sell them, and that's what we're doing. And the thing is, right, when I look at Arsenal, you've not won anything major for this. Your phase 6 under Lego Edge, yeah. All right, that's where you are now. But you're in a very good position to do so, right? I'm not going to be patient like that. I'm in 4 years under this ownership. I'm in 4 years. I've spent double the money you lot spent, all right? And we are how far? 16 points, 17 points behind you, right? How is that acceptable, right? Number one. Number two, we got people wanting to protest on Saturday about changing the model. Changing the model, bruv. Man City have just gone and spent 20 million on Mark Gay. 20 mil, bruv. Yeah? Do you know what we spent on Badashile, Badadildo Shite and Disaster combined? It's 75 million, bruv. 75 million. And what's their wages combined? It's definitely more than what Mark Gay's getting at Man City, bruv. All right, they've gone and bought. They've shown intent here. I think they lost Gvardiol, yeah. All right, so they've gone in and got Mark Gay. All right, they wanted Semenyo. They got Semenyo. Semenyo turned us down, and Chelsea trying to make out, oh no, we didn't want to go in for him. No, he didn't want to join the project because it's a Fugazi. Yeah, he actually wants to go somewhere where he can win trophies on a consistent level and basis. Yeah, because he's a player that wants to win, and he's gone to Man City, scored against Newcastle. Let's have it right. He scored 2, but 1 got disallowed. You know, what are we doing here, bruv? Yeah? How is... Listen, I want to break it down, yeah, because I know I go on, Dan, yeah, and you're here.
No, man, come on, come on.
Well, but at the end of the day, yeah, right, to spend 20 million on Mark Gay when they've just propagandaed yesterday that we're looking at a centre-back, all right? Maresca, 160 days ago, said, I need a centre-back to replace Colwill, right? All right, got scrutinised for it. The brown envelopes are saying that the board are pissed off that he's come out and said it, yeah, and whatever was going on behind the scenes. And now they brought in their fucking PE teacher from Strasbourg, the club that they own, that they negotiate with themselves, say, how much should we pay you to get Liam Rosner to Chelsea? The face of their project comes into our dugout, yeah, talking about fucking building Lego sets for team bonding, like we're in fucking kindergarten at this rate. It is literally kindergarten, yeah. They've knocked down the Roman Empire, took down our Don Roman's flag in the Matthew Harding end, yeah, all right? And they're rebuilding with what? Lego? We're building with Lego, bruv, when we had bricks and cement. It's a joke, man, right? And then you're telling me, right, now all of a sudden, because your new yes man's coming into play, is to face your brand, your project, all right, the final piece, like you told us from Maresca, oh, we'll give him a centre-back. But hold on a minute. Mark Gay's there for 20 million. You don't want to buy him. You don't want to spend 20 million. That is tuppence, bro, of the quality of player that he is. And I'm not even saying he's world class. Like, I'm not saying he's that, all right? But he's fucking better than what we got, all right? Him and Trev together at Crystal Palace were unbelievable. Well, there you go. It's a given, isn't it? Go and get me Gay to partner up with Trev. Fucking hell, we got inverted knees for Fafana. We got Uncle Tozin, who's a shambles, bruv. All right, what levels is that? We got Colwill, Levi Jeans, who's fucking wearing Levi Jeans because he ain't on the pitch wearing his shorts and socks and boots, bruv. All right, with his fucking webbed feet and all this nonsense, yeah. All right, who else we got? Who else have we got in the back line, bruv? It's just a joke. Badashile, Shite, right? Monaco twins. We got more money the Mark Gay cost and wages in the bomb squad with Sterling and Disasi, bruv. In the bomb squad. I'm not even talking about them in our squad to play. This is not going to change. This is the model at Chelsea. Stop the delusion that you think we can change the model. They're not going to change it, bruv. It's win, lose, draw, blue, co, out. Cut them off, bruv. And today, Kieran Gill, is he the journalist Kieran Gill? Yeah. I never react to this guy. I never comment on this geezer's fucking shit, yeah? The geezer's blocked me, this brown envelope. He's blocked me, yeah? All right? And he's exposed, yeah? Because he's talking about Liam Matitz Rosner taking off his gloves in training because he wants to clap. Yeah, not only is Matix Rosner getting clapped by Igbali, bruv, yeah, backshotted claps, bruv. You understand me? And Meatloaf Tout Bowley, yeah, and all these ones, yeah. He's also getting, this brown envelope's getting clapped, bruv, by Blue Co for brown envelopes. He'll do anything for a brown envelope. So, of course, you know, when you got gloves, when you say your missus is wearing gloves and you put her down in from behind, she's going to slide all over the gaff, innit? So you take the gloves off and she's got more Spider-Man grip, bruv. You know what I mean? So she can take it, yeah? Well, that's what this Kieran Gill's gone and done, yeah? He's like that. He's like that. Shall I leave him on? Shall I leave him off? Shall I? No, I just need my brown envelope, yeah? Fuck off. Can't stand the wrong uns, yeah? They killed our club. Every single one of them. Ben Jacobs goes yesterday, who's related to Goldstein, director at Chelsea, yeah? All right. Do you know what he said, Dan? He said that we were trying to sign Van Dijk, yeah? Before he signed his contract to Liverpool, and we couldn't get him. Do you know how much Van Dijk's on, Dan? 400 grand a week, yeah? Where are we going with this? Who's stupid enough to buy into this?
Bro, you said a lot, and it's a lot of facts, bro. I want to know just quickly, what is the protest all about at the weekend if they want the model changed? It shouldn't be, I want the model changed. It should be, I want you lot out, right? So why do they want to change the model? What do the fans think that's going to do? Because let's be real, everything you've done recruitment-wise has been spot on to what I thought it would be, right? I didn't think your goalkeeper was good enough, and he showed against us again that he has bozo moments, right? Your back line, you've just mentioned every single one of them, and I wouldn't want one of them in my squad, let alone starting for me. Then you look at the scenario in your midfield, which I don't think you've managed to get the balance right for some time due to injury. But when they're all fit, they ain't too bad. But other than that, the front three attack is a shambles, bruv. Like, Garnacho scored against us. I'm not being funny. I still wouldn't want him. I don't think that Jamie Gittins is good enough and ready now. João Pedro, someone please explain to me what he is. Is he a 9? Is he a 10? Is he neither? Is he a false 9? I don't know what he is. Then you've got Liam Delap, who's more of a wrestler than a striker, in my opinion, in the last few games. And then you've got your right winger in Esteval, who I think is an absolute baller, who's going to be an elite level. But he ain't going to get to the heights playing for Chelsea because he's surrounded by players that are all inexperienced themselves. He needs some generals around him. Do you know what I'm saying? When Fabregas slotted into Arsenal at 17, he was surrounded by Vieira and Gilberto and Bergkamp and Henry and Perez. That's why he went to the next levels with that Arsenal side. And then when they all left, he took the reign. And then obviously ended up with you boys and winning one stuff with you. That's where it should work. It shouldn't be surrounded by a load of 19, 20-year-olds. So I don't really understand what Chelsea are doing. I haven't for some time. And now all the fans are flipping and flopping, saying they want these owners out. They want these owners out. Now they're flipping and flopping again, saying they just want the model changed. And they're protesting about it. What do they want the model changed to then? I don't get it. They just want players being stopped from youngsters and bringing in ready-made players now. Because Mark Guehi for 20 million is an absolute steal, by the way, as is Semenyo for that money. Because when you look at the other players that are going for around that money, they ain't got the output of what Semenyo has, to be fair. And he's already scored 2 in 2 in the last couple of games he's played for City. So as an Arsenal fan going up against City, I'm starting to think, blimey, that's 2 really good signings. Mark Guehi would have been perfect for Chelsea, mate. £20 million. Someone in the chat said you spent that on that Kellerman, whoever that is. I mean, come on, man. This is an unbelievable signing. This is a bargain. But Chelsea right now, I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, right, maybe they're not that bad. Maybe we go into Chelsea and say, which of these players do we think we should keep and which are the ones we think we should sign? But I look at Chelsea and I think they might need 8 players, 9 players here because I don't think your goalkeeper is good enough. I don't think your centre-halves are good enough. Your fullbacks are good. I like Reece James and Kukurea. Cole Palmer and Caicedo are decent. Esteval's a good youngster. Now I'm struggling. You need a striker, you need a winger, you need an attacking midfielder. You need, because if Palmer's going to play right, then you need an attacking midfielder, or you need a right winger if you're going to play Palmer centrally. And the goalkeeper situation has been a shambles for quite some time. I know people say Sanchez is getting better, but he proved the other night that he can still make fuck-ups. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think you need someone better than him. And I don't look at this Chelsea squad and think, wow, I don't. I look at it and I think, if you compare the players you had out, the team you had, I still don't think there's much in comparison to money spent for what it was for both sides. And that's our strongest side. And it's your B, but some of your B team players, and they still cost more than ours. I don't know what Chelsea are doing. I've no understanding of it. I don't know what the protest is. Maybe you can fill me in on what they want changed. But for me, I think personally, there needs to be more calls for your ownership to get out, mate, because I don't think they have a clue what they're doing.
No, well, they do have a clue, Dan. This is all built by design because it's about a stock market of players and keep flipping players, promise that they're here for the process. And then a year later, like, for example, João Felix, They only bought him to get Conor Gallagher to go the other way to Atletico Madrid, right? So they can look. It looks great on the books. But João Felix spent 6 months and then went on loan, and then we sold him. Renato Viega, who was we were told by all these wrong-uns, he's proper Chelsea and he's a Swiss Army knife. 6 months later, he's loaned, and then another 6 months later, he's sold. You know, Jackson, baby Drogba, he's gone. You know, couple seasons, he's gone. All right, and then you're bringing me less experienced players to say, oh, we're building for the future. Well, we're in 4 years, 2 billion spent. Like, when's it going to end, bruv? Do you know what rattles me, Dan? Yeah, the fact that they got Gay for 20 million. Like, I've already spoken that. Do you know who played yesterday for Porto? Thiago Silva. Yeah, 90 minutes. Yeah. Do you know how old Thiago Silva is? Yeah, a Rolls Royce generational centre back. Yeah, I got so fucking upset and rattled when I see this guy, right, and what he was at my football club, and that these clowns had an opportunity to get him on a free to bring him back, knowing that his 2 young'uns are playing in our academy, which is run by Kinetic, bruv, Joe Shields' little spider web of fucking mates, yeah? All right? Thiago Silva, bring him for free. He played with Trev. You know what I mean? Like, what's happening to my club, Dan, bruv? Honestly, I'm being real, bruv. What is the fuck is going on? Why am I watching every week? I mean, I know the model, but when I see Thiago Silva playing for Porto, not conceding a goal for 90 minutes against Jose Mourinho's side, bruv, none of our players can do that. We only beat Benfica with a fucking them scoring an own goal. Right? We didn't even score. They scored it for us. And that's what I'm saying. They've spent the money. So the protest that you asked me, yeah, what is it about? It's a few group of supporters, match goers, season ticket holders that have created a Shakespearean manifesto, all right, directing all the target at the sporting structure of the club, all right? So you're talking about Ed Barley being the face of that, Win Stanley, Stewart, Joe Shields, directors, the recruitment policy. They don't trust it. They don't buy into this project, all right? But what they got to understand is, yeah, and I know they want to do a little bit of foreplay. I've been doing foreplay 3.5 years ago. In fact, I didn't go. I went straight in, bruv. Yeah, I went straight in, right? These lot are at that way behind. And they think like going in at the angle of change the model. We did that last time, the Southampton game, all right? It wasn't even changed the model. It had clearly blue coat out. Strasbourg, the multi-club, they're blue coat out. Right, Ed Barley's running that club with Win Stanley Stewart and Sam Jewell, all from Brighton, yeah? All right, they're running Strasbourg. They don't have Ed Barley, Clear Lake directors out, change the model. They have blue coat out, all right? So this protest is not focused at blue coat out, which it has to be. The most important message is not in the protest, all right? And that's where it all falls apart. Where I have my problem, yeah, is the Chelsea Supporters Trust that we pay membership to speak for us, to represent us, right? Where are they, bruv? Why are they not sponsoring the protest? Why are they not leading it? Because they're too busy worrying about creating good relationships with the ownership. They don't give a shit about you. They never will. They never have, and they never will. So this protest, the message itself, is not right. I'm not disrespecting it, though. I think it's great to have some sort of noise. I think personally it's been more powerful that the Chelsea supporters in the away end were chanting F off Ed Barley. They were chanting Clear Lake don't care about us. We don't care about Clear Lake. We only care about Chelsea FC. All right? You know? Roman Abramovich chants. This should have been done ages ago, and this should be relentless, bruv. The problem is, right, no one's buying into it now. It's taken them this long to realise, look at our squad. No spine. The goalkeeper, this new yes man saying is world class. He's a world class stinker of a goalkeeper. All right? How can you call this guy world class? Donnarumma's world class. They didn't want to pay 26 million for Donnarumma. Yeah? They won't pay 12.5 million for Mike Maignan. Right? They won't pay 20 million for Mark Gay. Do you know why? Because the money's run out, like I told you. The debt money they took with a double-digit digit interest rates. It's all been spent. So now we're a sell to buy club. No club with intent is there to sell their best players to generate money to then reinvest in the team. To do what? What are you going to reinvest for? Players like Cole Palmer. I don't rate Fernandes, but just say he's a star boy. They're happy to cash in on him, but they want 110 million, 120 million because he's depreciated on the books. So that's profit margin for them. Hold on a minute. What are we doing here? How are you sticking with all these players, telling us they're here for the future, and the likelihood is they're all going to get shipped out, bruv?
So you think Palmer, Caicedo, all these, but Enzo, they're going to be gone by next year, the year after? Do you think that's done? Think they're going?
Yeah, I think Palmer's. If we don't get Champions League, which I don't think we will, I really don't. If we get a 5th spot allocation, then it's 1 hour on a nutsack settings, right? But I don't see at the moment. I don't see it. This manager, he's not even a manager. He's a yes man. He's not even a coach, bruv. You've sacked a yes man originally with his NDA and all that in Enzo Maresca, who's won you 2 trophies, all right, whether you rate them or not, all right, and he's got you top 4. And you've backed him in the market with the transfer window we had, which was disaster, yeah, all right? And now you brought me someone who they said is elite with potential, right? But how can you be elite with potential? You should have exceeded your potential to be elite. That's the first thing. The second thing is, how can you call this guy elite when he's done fuck all? He's won nothing. He got relegated with Derby being sideman to Wayne Rooney. He got sacked by Hull mid-table. He's had Strasbourg mid-table, who've spent the most money in Ligue 1 along with PSG, right? And he's done nothing there. He's there to just groom these players and do as he's told, right? You're not backing this guy, and then all the PR's a joke, Dan. I mean, I can go into all the PR, it's a joke. It's laughable, right? And I just think to myself, yeah, if we don't get Champions League, Cole Palmer's gone, bruv. He's gone. 100%. Man United have probably got the best opportunity to sign him. Man City, if they do want to re-sign him, they've got the best opportunity, bruv, if he wants to stay in the Premier League. But where I think he's at...
I'd take him tomorrow, bruv. I'd take him tomorrow.
Of course.
I think he's quality. But the thing is, with Palmer and Caicedo, is they've been sold that dream because they were going with, they're thinking, right, we're coming in first team. They're going to start buying more Palmers and Caicedos and Cucureas around us. And when they're seeing João Pedros and Gittins and Garnacho, they're looking at each other thinking, man, a minute, this isn't what we were told. We were told we were going to be going and getting Kvaratskhelia and Victor Osimhen and these sort of players we were expecting to be coming in. When they're seeing all these kids being signed, I don't really get it. And the centre-halves, I mean, let's be real. You could line up 7, 8, 9 centre-halves in the last couple of seasons at Chelsea that you wouldn't want anywhere near your team. And it wouldn't even get into like a Brentford or someone like that. That's how bad it's been. And you've spent unbelievable amounts of money. It's like you've gone to Harrods and spent all the money, but you've come out with little stuff. That's basically what it is. It's poor, bruv. It's poor. And I think now the fans have got to get together, wake up, start coming onto your side of the fence where you've been for the last 3-4 years, and start actually uniting together and trying to get the fan base out. Because look, as an Arsenal fan, I hope they stay forever because they're ruining your club. But really and truly, as a football fan, it's just a disgrace, really. As a Chelsea fan, it's just unbelievable. And it's unbelievable the amount of fans that are only just waking up to this now. Because me and LB are getting a lot of shit from Chelsea fans because they don't like what we say, right? Because we're rival fans and they don't like it. They're very bitter and sweet about it. I get it, right? I don't particularly like some of the stuff they'll probably say about Arsenal, although it'll probably be true. But let's just be real. Let's just say it how it is. Chelsea are a million miles off the club that used to damage my teenage years, when Drogba was dunking on us, when Lampard and Terry were there, when Petr Cech was in goal, when you had Carvalho, you had Ashley Cole left back. These players are long gone, mate. You ain't going to have them. You've got no one like that under this. That was Roman Abramovich era. This is not that era. This is a complete mess what they're doing. And do you know what? They're quite happy, John, I reckon, yeah? If someone jumps in and says, I'll give you 100 million for Enzo, they're probably, or 100 million for Palmer, or come in 150 for Caicedo, they'll accept it because they'll go, whoa, profit. Look at that. Lovely. We'll have some of that. So this is why they're bad news, bruv.
Bruv, these lot are a cancer to football because Man United and Ineos, they're copying this model. And everyone wants this kind of like, yes, man. That's what they want. They want to be able to micromanage them, go into the market how they want to go in the market with a profit-focused mentality, not a footballing focus. All right. And I've said it countless times. Lego Ed Arteta, he's been backed and he's given the rein. They don't intervene. Same with Pep Guardiola. All right. I believe that. Yeah. And look at those two clubs compared to everyone else. They're competing. I think Liverpool have an essence of that, but I think there is some sort of push from the directors and sporting directors of what they believe's right. And they don't always listen to the manager. We don't know if they're slot signings or whether they're club signings. But I will say, with Pep and Arteta, they look like they're the ones that they're being backed. They're like, they get what they're asking for. That's how a football club should be run. There's always a little bit of understanding, like you're not going to get everything you want, but you need to have a hierarchy aligned. Pep's spoken about it many times. You need to have your sporting director aligned with your manager and the ownership and the ownership's ambitions all aligned. So everyone in the club and whoever steps foot in that club, players-wise, backroom staff, knows what the deal is and what time it is. And that's why, like, for example, you brought up Cesc, when he left Arsenal, went Barcelona, and we brought him to Chelsea, he said straight away, I felt that winning mentality. Ashley Cole felt it. And he come from the Invincibles. Like, you feel it, you know. You're going to war. Everyone's going to war. We're all backing each other. We're all going to fight tooth and nail to win trophies because that's what the ultimate goal is. Under this ownership, there's no ambition of that because of the way you spent the money in the recruitment. The model cannot financially change. So I want this ownership out, Dan. Like, I've wanted them out for years. Like, nothing's changed. It's getting worse. Getting worse. It's
But how do you get them out as a fan base? That's what I want to know. Like, how do you get them out? You've got to unite. But I don't know, will your fans unite for the right reasons to get them out? Because if you just want them, if these majority of fans just want the model changed, come on, man, what's happening there? That's wrong. You should want them out. They've been a disgrace for you guys for the last few years. I appreciate they've won trophies and people keep coming at me saying, we won more than you. I get that, but who wants a Conference League and a Summer School Cup, really? You want the Champions League and the Premier League. That's what we're all trying to get, right? So when you look at it, if you think that's a successful season and one where Chelsea should be, Chelsea should not be playing in the Europa Conference League. Yeah, that should be a failure to be in that competition. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. I don't know if your fans are going to unite to get them out, John. That would be my problem if I was you.
Well, let's have it right then, yeah? All right. Let's break those two questions, like, all right, we've got unity you're asking out for, and how do you get them out? Now, the how you get them out, forget about model changing, because that's not going to happen. They're doubled down again and again and again, and they're doing it again. And you can see in the transfer window, it's not getting any better. And they're going to overpay for dross that we don't know because it's got high potential and the AI scouting tells you so. All right. They're not going to sack the directors. They've been given a contract extension, even though we were told if Enzo Maresca leaves, they got to go as well. So they lied about that. All right. Because they're trying to create some sort of standards and stands that are in the mud. All right. How do you get them out? It's quite simple, to be honest. It really is. The match going supporters, and I'm talking about the away supporters more than anything, yeah? Win, lose, draw, you chant those chants. That's strike one. Strike two is protests, because the protests go viral just like the chants do, all right? And if everyone's noticed, the PR's been upped are pretty heavy. Like, it's to the point it's ridiculous, yeah? Because they have to counteract the voice of Chelsea, all right? And they've done that through ticketing, which is another subject, which this protest is not talking about. They're not talking about the ticketing side as well, which is a major component in what's going on at Chelsea, right? Because they're forcing out, the legacy supporters because of the ticketing and outpricing proper Chelsea. The way to get them out is by damaging their image. And people think, no, they don't give a shit. They're solid as a rhino and all that. No, they're not. They pay so much for PR to protect their image. So how do you hurt their image? By public humiliation, all right? Public humiliation is the chance, and everyone picks up on it. The journalists have to report it because it's clear as day there, all right? The protests, whatever the message, it's a protest. It's the second protest that we've had now, that we're going to have, all right? Strasbourg have done how many? More than I can count on this hand. All right. They're protesting every game, whether that's leaving the ground for 10 minutes after the game starts and emptying their seats, banners up, the lot, protesting outside. They're protesting. That's how it should be, relentless. So you protest, you chant, you damage their image, you humiliate them. And then what happens with that is, it's not so much the consortium, Dan, that you have to really focus on. You have to focus upon the suits and boots behind the consortium that are feeding their pockets to do what they're doing with their project. So you have to basically damage the image, which makes it a high risk for those who have invested billions behind the scenes, the silent investors, to go, my stocks, the value of stock is going down because of the image of that stock and that product. Do you understand? So when you have like a massive scandal with, say, iPhone or whatever, well, what happens to it? The image gets damaged, you know? Then they have to spend countless PR to rectify that and try and override that. And then their stocks and their sales figures go down. Well, that's the same with a football ownership, yeah? So that is the only way, because the moment the investors pull out and stop feeding money, liquidation, where they're forced to sell, and they can sell. That is the only way. I've heard a lot of people, and I've been victim of that, of saying, don't go in, scan your ticket, don't go in. But I've had a rethink about that. And I think it's actually better that the proper Chelsea are going in there to voice, to land it in the ground, because they'll also put some other bum on seats, yeah? That's not going to do that. So we need the vocal side of it in the ground as well as outside the ground. But stop buying merchandise and hurt their pocket like that as well. So that's the first thing, Dan. That will definitely work. And many sold out content creators have said, if you don't think about that, they're bothered about their image, then think again. They are. They're very, very much image focused. And no billionaire likes to be humiliated. Let's have it.
Nah.
No one does anyway. No one does. Everyone on YouTube, for example, they'll do anything they can, all right, to not be humiliated or muddied or whatever. Me, I can give a fuck. But at the end of the day, right, that's the first component. Second one is unity. Well, let's talk about unity. How can you have unity, right, if for up to these 3.5 going 4 years, you've had pretty much all YouTube channels, all of the journalists, all of the blue tick X accounts, all feeding the blue coat agenda for the ownership, the project, the narrative, overhyping players and trusting the process and all this. If you've got all of them that have sold out to be sweet, to keep it safe and play on the fence and only dip their toes in when it's fashionable narrative to dip their toes in, all right, and overhype and gloss what this ownership's all about to bring us where we are, well, you can't have unity, can you? If you've taken a gig, if they've said, look, we can get you on Sky Sports TalkSport, but keep it nice, keep it sweet, yeah. We can have YouTubers that are like the big ringleaders in YouTube. They can open doors for you, all right. So you're going to play nice. The brown envelopes, journalists, they're going to do whatever they can to get a story in the first story, so they can build their credibility up. All right. And everyone's building their credibility up. Everyone's building their own personal gain up. All right. Because media has the influence, Dan. All right. Tout Bowley, yeah, is in Hollywood. He owns the Golden Globes. We all know what Hollywood is. Yeah. Everyone knows what Hollywood's about. It's the biggest media fucking hub in the world. You understand? They control everything. Right. Well, Bowley's there in the heart of it. Right. So they control every media platform, Talk Sports, Sky Sports, fucking DAZN. They control any broadcaster, all the journalists. So where's the unity? If you're against that and you say to all the YouTubers, land it. Let's all speak the same song and dance, right? Let's tango together, whether we like each other or not. The reality is, Dan, they ain't going to do it, bruv. Because they're in it for different reasons. My channel, bruv, recently as well, yeah, and for a long time, yeah, shadow bans and all that. Bruv, I've had all people can vouch. They're messaging me saying my comments keep getting deleted. I like the stream, then it gets unliked. All right, and I keep doing it, and then I'll go to some random YouTube channel and press a like to see if it's me, my channel, and it stays. The like sticks there, but on Johnny's it don't stick. Comments deleted. They're unsubscribing people that have been fucking following me for years, bruv, and they're having to resubscribe 3 times. Yeah, it's ridiculous, bruv. What I am going through. Yeah, it's a joke. Probably most of the views I got ain't even my real views. That's how deep it is. Yeah, but everyone watches. Everyone knows. Right? The ownership know who I am because Barley's blocked me on X. Right? And I know they know who I am. Bowley can call the CEO of YouTube and say, keep that Johnny Minnels quiet, bruv. Yeah? People think I make this up, bruv. I'm not making this up. People thought I made up what the model was. People thought I made up about yes men, about the owners going in that dressing room, about the wage cap. They thought I made this all up. It's like I just woke up one day after having a dream and go, yeah, that's what I'm going to stick with for my YouTube channel. That's my strategy. Because all these wrongers have got strategies. Yeah? Fuck off, have a day off. What are we doing here? So I'm up against it because at the end of the day, I speak the truth. And the truth, they're trying to suppress the truth. Now, away supporters are chanting down, Dan, you know, it's turning, bruv. There's protests from other sources, all right? Whether it's the right message or not, it's still happening, all right? It's not a good look, is it, for them? Let's be real. So I don't think you can have unity, Dan, because people are too in it for their pound note, for their gig, and this and that. And a lot of people got agenda on me, Dan, all right? They all take what I say personal when I come at them for what they do. And their narratives, it's never personal, bruv. But this ownership got personal with me. They've been very personal with me, yeah, to another level. And I kind of look at it like, well, maybe people just feel irrelevant because they're not getting that treatment, you know? You don't want that treatment, trust me. It ain't healthy, bruv, yeah? I've got more and more grayer, bruv, from what's happened to this ownership when you see me when I had Don Roman, bruv, yeah? All right? I'm not even joking, yeah? It's getting worse, yeah? I'm going to be a silver fucking wolf at this rate, yeah? It's mad.
Bro, you guys keep saying it how it is, man. And then, look, you can only do what you can do. Yeah, that when you've done your bit, you've done your bit. And if that's you not buying merch, not going to games, boycotting games, not doing this, that, and the third, then you've done your bit. But I was like this with the Cronkies years ago when they had no ambition. And to be fair, they haven't really changed much until this season. But it's very hard to unite a fan base because you've got so many that are alongside you, but you've also got so many that are one opposite to you. And 2, oh, yeah, I'm not really happy, but I'm not going to say anything because I might lose my job. Or I can't talk on that because I can't disrespect the club because it's who I work for. Or I'm trying to get a gig here, so I've got to be quiet on that one. So you're right, mate. It ain't just you. It's every football club. But I just can't understand why there's not more fans like yourself that are up against it with this, because I just cannot understand how anyone can back up what the ownership have done in terms of how much money's being spent. I was shocked when you told me how much that you spent on Badia Shield and Disarcy. I've been shocked on what I'm hearing about Alpguer. He's 20 million. You spent that on Kellyman. Unbelievable amounts of money on Gittins and João Pedro and all these guys that ain't going to win you Premier Leagues. They might go and get you a cup, maybe a domestic cup again, if that's what Chelsea want to be now. It's a cup side. But let's be real. Chelsea should never just be a cup side. Now, when I grew up, Chelsea were a cup side. When I was growing up, before Don Roman came in, Chelsea, we used to have their number. The minute that Roman Abramovich came in and you were a proper football club, we couldn't beat you. It's very difficult to beat you. When we did beat you, it was rare. You used to knock us out of competitions. We used to go and have, nightmares at the bridge. Used to come to Highbury. I remember the Wayne Bridge night at Champions League. Drogba dunking on us in League Cup semis and finals. We had a nightmare. We had some nice times against you as well. But let's just be real. It's that this new blue coat. You know what? Chelsea haven't beaten Arteta at Stamford Bridge. That is an absolute joke, in my opinion.
We haven't beaten you for 7.5 years.
2021. Yes, it's ridiculous, mate. How can't you have beaten Arsenal, right? Let's be real. I know we're decent in the last couple of years, but we've been a shambles for most of it, if I'm honest, since Arteta's arrived. And it's been Unai Emery was the last time he beat us at Stamford Bridge. That's disgraceful, mate. Like, we've had your number. We've had your absolute number in the last few years. And I know it's not just about beating Arsenal, and I get that. But when I look at the scenario of what Chelsea were, it's an unrecognisable to it. And what shocks me even more is I would expect fans like you to be like, oh, yeah, it's a disgrace, bruv. Yeah, no, I get it. I wouldn't expect some of the fans I've seen sticking up for this ownership, by the way. oh, look at what they've done to Enzo. We've brought in Enzo. He's the next level Frank Lampard. We've brought in these players, and I can see the style. I look at the profile of players. I look at this. You're not going to win the title with Delap and João Pedro up front. They might be all right squad players, but they're not what you should be going and winning the league with. Same with your wingers at the moment. Same with your centre-halves. Same with your goalkeeper. I don't know how many more times I need to tell people this. Like, I don't know. I think maybe Chelsea fans think I'm just being, a hater. I hope that you keep Sanchez in goal. I hope that Tosin and Badiashile are your next centre-halves pairing for the next few years. I hope that you stick with João Pedro, Liam Delap, Gittins and Garnacho. If I hope that, trust me, you need to change it. Because I would, if I would be honest with you, I know Palmer's a good player. I know Caicedo's a good player. I know Reece James and Cucurella are decent fullbacks when they're both fit. But come on, man. There's only really Estevao I look at that think it's going to be next level. Lavia and Fofana can't stay fit. No point including them. No point talking about them. The pair of them are never fit. Yeah, Fofana's going to be injured soon. Lavia will come back. He's not played 90 minutes yet, Lavia, for Chelsea.
No,
that is a disgrace, mate. That is a disgrace. He's been at you for what, 2 years, 3 years? And he's not played 90 minutes. So, it's not the kid's fault, but you've got to move on from players like that. He might be a good player, but he ain't going to be because he's always just made of biscuits. So
we've got a freelance medical team, Dan. That's why. But we got a medical team called Remedy, bruv, that they pay on the job basis. Pay as you go, innit? Settings. And this
he's a good player, but come on.
Billie Eilish uses it. The singer.
Oh, yeah.
A celebrity firm that's come from Bowley, innit? To cut costs. They gutted Cobham and they brought in Kinetic, this whole new scouting platform. I don't know whether to land the minerals. I've got something here that I feel like, I don't know, I'm itching to let it out, really. I'm itching to let it out. People don't know this, what I'm going to say. I don't know it. And I don't know if I kind of feel like it's the right time, but it's, you know what I mean? Maybe before I do that, I'm going to say this, yeah? Because Liam Rosner, yeah, or Matitz Rosner, because he loves to play on that, pushes players for their take before setting on a tactical plan. He asked Fofana how he would feel playing as a left centre-half. Now, that's a very, very big concern when a so-called manager is asking the players what they want, what they feel, what they want to do, yeah? That's the complete opposite of a Thomas Tuchel, a Jose Mourinho, even an Arteta, Pep. They tell you what to do. These are the tactics. If I'm going to play you, I'm going to play you. If you ain't good enough, you're going to get played. This is the problem, Dan, the mindset. And why are we in this position? Why have we got to this point? All this time, why have we got to this point? Because of these brown envelopes. So what I know is that Fabrizio Romano is on the payroll of Ali Barrat, yeah? And Ali Barrat is a super agent. That's how he gets everything that he puts out. And no one knows that. I do. Everyone's on a payroll, bruv. Every single one.
Yeah. Well, I was looking today on this tweet, right? Since he first became head coach, Leo Massini's team bonding exercises included a Lego building competition. He's also not wearing gloves in training so that the players can hear his applause when he sees something he likes. He's also extremely hands-on with pause in play if he sees something that he dislikes. Now, Mikel Arteta has had some weird ones, pickpocketing, light bulbs, dogs blowing out. He never walk alone at Anfield, but I don't think he's ever put together a Lego building competition. I mean, like, what is going on here? This is actually an embarrassment. This is not fun. He's articulate, and he says that man and age is manager, man, age, we're aging men. The guy is trying to be too clever before he's actually had a handful of games at Chelsea. Now, don't get me wrong. He might come in and be good and he might take Chelsea to a next level. I've no idea. But it's not a good start, John, is it? When you're hearing stuff like that. He's taking his gloves off so people can hear him clap. I mean, what's going on? Are you putting a like you were in a corner and he's taking his gloves off to clap it or something. Like, what's going on here?
Why
Honestly,
why is this even getting reported, Dan? We have to ask that. Right? Why is it even getting reported? Do you know how ridiculous that looks? It's an embarrassment, right? The guy ain't fit for the job. I'm not even coming at this guy personally, bruv. He's not going to turn it down. You're forced to back it. Everyone's forced to back it. Back what? You back him, you're backing the model, the structure. The players ain't good enough. The fucking yes men are not good enough. The directors are not good enough. The ownership's not good enough. The whole thing's a cancer. It stinks. It's disaster. We're an elite football club. We were world champions when they took over. We just won the Champions League. Top 4 was a certainty, given. Now it's just like, that's their trophy. They're desperate to get top 4 because if they don't get the sponsorship money. They can't even get a fucking shirt sponsor for 3.5 years, Dan. 3.5 years. They can't get front and shirt sponsor. We're Chelsea, bruv. We're Chelsea. We're the most expensive real estate in fucking England. We're in prime gold mine. We are royalty in football, bruv. We're elite. And look at how they're running us. How has anyone accepted it? Let's be real, bruv. All you fucking melts. You go on these platforms and you talk shit. You talk shit. Half of these people that go on, they're in their dad's nutsack when we were fucking landing it, bruv. They don't even know who Zola is or Hullet. Just like Bowley doesn't even know who Hullet is. Doesn't even know who he is. Met him. Hullet went up to him. He goes, oh, really? Did you play for Chelsea? Oh, what else did you do? Did you manage for Chelsea? Oh, what? Yeah, won Ballon d'Or, mate. Played in the greatest AC Milan team to ever exist, bruv. Fucking hell. Like, footballing gods. You know what I mean? It's a joke, bruv. And it's what I'm saying. The media and the PR have killed us. That's why I hold Fabrizio Romano, Ornstein, Pornstein, fucking daggers and bombers, fuck off. Yeah, and Toothpick Jacobs, who's an industry plant by the ownership because he's cousin relation to Goldstein, who's a board at our football club under Blue Coast, come from Spurs, all right? You've got rugby players in that dressing room. We're recruiting everything from Brighton. I mean, we only just fucking loaned their player. And Joe Brighton said, we want him to have more minutes, so we're gonna send him to Leeds where he's got more experience. So he's gonna have more experience at fucking Leeds than he is at Chelsea. He's just a wind-up. Bro, honestly, I want to smash everything, bro. Do you understand me? I'll go to war, bruv. I'm going to war. I've been going to war for years, Dan. But I'm at this point now, bruv. It's too much. Enough's enough, man. Enough's enough. I can't take it no more. Taking gloves off and that. I'll fucking take the gloves off. I'll fucking take you all out, you blue coat wrong'uns. Yeah? You clowns. You killed our club. You killed us. To the point there's no return. It's unrepairable, Dan. It's actually unrepairable. And then you comes in, you need some trillionaire to come in, bruv, who can't even spend the money because of FFP that they tried to play Don Roman on. It's a joke, man. We are buried, bruv. People don't realise it, man. I swear down, bruv. I'd rather be relegated right now with these clowns to have to get rid of our football club, yeah, than fucking have them here any longer. That's how deep it is. That's where I am right now. I'm at boiling point, blood point. I'm fucking ready. They got blood on their hands, bruv, and it ain't blue. Do you understand me? Yeah? It's disgusting.
You look at the recruitment in the last few, right? You got rid of Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, who's gone to Everton. You bought in Buonanotte, right? You've sold Madueke to us and you bought in Garnacho. You sold Nicholas Jackson and you bought in João Pedro. I can't understand how any of those are upgrades on the players you got rid of. And I'm not even a massive fan of any of the players. Noni does what Noni does, right? You know what Noni's about. The other players are just all decent. They ain't great. They're not upgrades on what you've got. And Garnacho is definitely not better than Noni Madueke, in my opinion. So when I look at it right now, it's pretty embarrassing to what you've done in your recruitment. That transfer window is a shambles. And people said because Chelsea come and won the Club World Cup that all of a sudden they're going to come second or third now because they're better than City. They're going to take on Liverpool for the title. I'm like, hang on a minute. They played PSG, a load of Brazilian teams. PSG were absolutely knackered at the time that you won them, but you beat them fair and square, fair play. But really and truly, that papered over massive cracks, bruv, because Chelsea were never going for a title, ever, with that squad. And then on top of winning that, you signed João Pedro, Liam Delap, Gittins, Garnacho, and everyone's gone, yeah, Chelsea aren't serious. Like, really and truly, the money that's been spent is criminal. It is the biggest crime in football, Chelsea, the ownership. What they've done is gone, right, we're going to spend $2 billion. And I've said this to you before and I'll say it again. Pick up that side, whatever it was, look at the 20 players or 25 players and go, right, you lot, you're gone, but you 10, I'll keep as squad players for now. You ain't going to be here in a few years, but I'll keep you now for now. And then you can go and spend, if you want, 100 million on every single fucking position in that 11. 100 million pound go and get Courtois and go. 100 million pound go get Hakimi at right back. 100 million pound go get Nuno Mendes left back. And then go and get Bastoni and build from the back from there. Then you go into midfield and you get Caicedo if you want. If you really want Enzo, you get Enzo. The money's there. But you can go and get a proper winger, not, fucking Garnacho. Go and get Kvaratskhelia. Go and get up top Victor Osimhen or an Isak at the time. But what they've done is nothing short of shambolic, because they're thinking, well, in a couple of years' time, we might make 50 million on this player here. Like Noni Madueke. Don't know how much you bought him for, but we went and signed him for 52 million. They're absolutely loving it, mate. Oh, this is brilliant business, this model. This is unbelievable. How we're selling all these players for profit. How about win some trophies instead of making profit? That's what in the last 20 years, I know Chelsea might have had 20 different managers under Roman Abramovich, whatever it was, but they had 20 trophies. I don't think Chelsea are winning the title for a very long time. I've got to be honest. I don't think they'll win it ever under this ownership, Chelsea. Ever. I don't think you'll win a Champions League or a Premier League under this ownership. You might get a couple of domestic cups. You might nick a, Europa League if you fall into it or something like that. But that'll be it. That's what Chelsea will be under this ownership. And if that's what the fans want, fair. But I know fans like yourself and others think that's a disgrace and it's criminal. And it
Dan,
is.
Listen to what we're saying here. Look how much money's been spent, yeah? Right? You could spend half of that.
Facts.
And built on what Roman had.
Facts.
All right? And you'd have a world-class Galactico team.
Facts.
We would have won a Premier League and probably a Champions League by now.
Facts.
And we'd be booming.
Facts.
Everyone's accepted this. You're telling me all these people go, I wanted Kittens, I wanted Jackson, yeah, I wanted Fafana, yeah, I wanted fucking Badashile and Disasi, I wanted Asugo, I wanted Garnacho. You were hashtagging no Garnacho. You wanted Dilap, you wanted Madueke, you wanted all these players, all right? Are you all right? Are you all right? Do you know football? Are you lot on your keyboards and going on platforms? Do you even know football? Like, I have to question that. And then you're going, we need to spend more money. What? But you told us how good we are. What? We need to spend more money now. We need to go in the market and rectify what? The whole thing? It's done. We're done. We're done. I've accepted this a long time ago. It's just because I'm speaking with you, Dan. Normally I'm on my own, bruv. So I can, you know what I mean? But you're triggering me, bruv. You know what I mean? So you're saying stuff, and it's like, how anyone can just sit there and go, oh yeah, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
But there are some of your fans that think I'm talking crap, though, by the way, because I get a lot of shit. Me and LB get a lot of crap. LB, he spits like me. He just says how he sees it, right? And some of the stuff we say, people might disagree with. That's fair. But I can't understand how any Chelsea fan can believe that what they're seeing in front of their eyes is the right process, journey, whatever the fuck you want to call it, to go to winning major trophies, mate. It ain't. It is nowhere near that level. If I'd be absolutely livid, bruv, with the amount of money you've spent, and that's the squad, I'd be absolutely livid. And I know it weren't massively convincing when we beat you the other night, but really and truly it should have been, because that was not a great side that Chelsea put out. And in the second leg, if you get Reece James back, Cucurella's back fit, you got Palmer, you got Caicedo, maybe you can do something, because they are very good players. But let's just be honest, man. If there's any Chelsea fan that thinks this is the way to run a football club, I don't think you know football, and maybe you should go and play tiddlywinks or something, because I think it's a joke. The amount of people that have come at me and LB, you know what you're talking about. You're just a hater. You're just jealous of Chelsea. I'm not jealous of Chelsea. I have been jealous of Chelsea. I was under Roman for 20 years. I thought you were the best run football club in years. I was jealous then. I ain't jealous now. I think I wouldn't want these owners anywhere near my football club. And I'm not a massive Conte lover, by the way. But
what they've done, Dan, all right, is they are. What do we love football for, Dan? Because I swear someone is either trolling me, going, "It's only football," right? Yeah, right. Now, what do we all watch football for, and what do we all support our teams for? What's the main ultimate thing? It's like
success, bruv. Success.
Of course, it's success.
Trophies.
But what does it give us? It gives us escapism, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like it's the one thing you look forward to in your life every end of the week or during the week, or you've had a shit day at work and you're playing Champions League nights and you're going to go to your team's ground or you're going to watch it at home, whatever it is, whether you're in the armchair or whatever. All right. It's your escapism. And then the weekend, you've got another game and you meet up with your mates and you have a beer and you go and support your team. And it becomes, some people take it more serious than others. All right. There's all different levels of how you support your team. But ultimately, it's for the enjoyment. And not everyone wins, but you still enjoy it, right? Because you're realistic and understand the reality of where your club is and whatnot. All right. Well, these are exploiting that. They're exploiting and abusing the love and loyalty and escapism it gives to supporters. And by doing that, they're serving up whatever we get. We have to accept it, right? But it has to be drawn a line. The other thing is, we were debt-free under Don Roman. He left us debt-free as a gift. These clowns have put us in massive debt. Again. Yep. And this is what we've got to show for it. So I have to ask everyone, right? And of course, yeah, the passion of the game, the beautiful game of football, what it has brought us, even if it's not your team, just watching unbelievable games, bruv, unbelievable players, real football, heritage, you know, their memories, bruv. You know what I'm saying? It's embedded in us, right? Well, the game's been fucking obliterated before our own very eyes. Football's changing. It's just becoming private equity. It's becoming money. It's becoming PR. That's all it is. And the PR's there to mask what their actual true agenda is, you know? And the Glazers and Ineos, they're doing it at United for years, bruv, the Glazers, right? They need to go. They're a cancer to football, bruv. They're waiting for Super Leagues. They're waiting for this new project that Chelsea are doing, you know, to be embedded, right? Like, look at our clubs. They're using our heritage, our already existing brand, and they think they're enhancing it because in their minds, Dan, they don't believe that you have to win trophies to be successful. And to be honest with you, in this day and age in football, you don't. You look at Spurs, they're one of the most profitable clubs.
Yeah.
And what do they really win? I know they won a Europa League.
Nothing.
Yeah?
Let's
but
be honest.
They never win anything. Do you know what I mean? They're nowhere near it. And that's where we are. So I call out for all supporters from different teams to unite, not just Chelsea, because my next agenda is about saving football mentality of stop exploiting us, stop exploiting the loyalty of supporters and the communities. Yeah. And we have to stop 2 more American owners in the Premier League, because if we do get that, they're going to have a full voting right in the Premier League, and they can change the structure and the model. Like Bowley goes, we should bring the pyramid scheme into football. The pyramid, yeah. Looking for his brown envelopes, bruv. Yeah. Golden Globe and nominees all round, bruv, for all these owners bagging their pound notes, you know, all stars and all this stuff. No relegation.
It's embarrassing, bruv. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Honestly, they've ruined Chelsea, in my opinion. I don't see them bringing it back up, not to the point where you're going to be title challenging again. I know everyone thought you'd have a title challenge this season. You drew against Arsenal when everyone said, there we go, title challenge. Lost the Leeds, lost the Bournemouth, whoever it was, out of it completely. And let's be real, I'm interested to see what you do incomings and outgoings in the next couple of windows, because, you know, in my opinion, they ain't going to get out in the next couple of windows. So for me, I don't know if you have got money or what money you have got to be spent. If you're going to have to sell to buy. So if you have to sell to buy, I expect to see Palmer and Caicedo going in the next couple of windows, Enzo Fernandez. and then you're going to go and buy some more youngsters that you might sell for a couple of quid in a few years' time. Probably it'll be us. We normally come and take your sloppy seconds, fucking half the time. But I mean,
they won't be sloppy
Sterling
seconds,
situation. Fucking hell, Sterling.
Oh, this
How
time
is
they
he
won't
still
be
there,
sloppy
mate?
seconds, bruv. They won't be.
Well, I'm all
Palmer's
over. I
up.
would take Palmer and Caicedo tomorrow, bruv. I'd take Palmer and Caicedo tomorrow.
Well, Reece James. Reece James is world class. Like actually, world
Reece
class.
James. I'd take. Well, there's 4 players that I think are quality: Riku Correa, Reece James, Palmer, and Caicedo. They're the 4. I wouldn't take any others.
Cucurella's getting sniffed out by Atletico. All right. Reece James was sniffed out by Real Madrid, but he was injured, so they went for Trent. All right. But there will be another club for Reece. All right. Caicedo, Liverpool, we got him in the end, obviously. But Real Madrid are sniffing Caicedo. And PSG are sniffing Enzo Fernandez. And Cole Palmer, well, there's going to be quite a few suitors for Cole Palmer.
Yeah, facts.
Right?
Facts.
So if those 5 players are already behind the scenes, have got agents speaking with other clubs, what does that tell you that they think? Forget what I think. What do they think about the project? It ain't serious. It's a fugazi. They're not going to stay here for 7 years, 8 years. That's for them owners to cash their pound notes and be strong in negotiation deals. Yeah? They've got more leverage to play with in terms of how much they can demand to get for these players to suit their books. Well, I did say, Dan, many time ago, once the players stop buying into the project, you're done. You think they're going? Let's have it right, Dan. Honestly, do you think Cole Palmer is sitting there with Reece James and Matitz Rosner's come out with a Lego set and said, "Guys, we're going to all build this Lego set together"? All right? Do you think Cole Palmer's going? Yeah, he's fucking elite. This guy, he's elite. These next levels, I'm going to die. I'm going to go through brick walls for this guy. Yeah. Do you think that? Or do you think if you put a Luis Enrique in there and he went, la 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 la, and all that fucking smashing the gaff up, bruv? Yeah. Do you think they would go through brick walls for him? I think they would, or for a Thomas Tuchel. Do you know that? I really would, yeah. Right? I'm going to try not to laugh because it's so fucking embarrassing. It really is, yeah?
These guys just come with a Lego set, Palmer and Caicedo looking at each other going, I think maybe PSG.
Don't forget Reece James, who's come through Cobham. He's had how many elite managers under managing him? He's won a Champions League, Super Cup, Club World Cup. He's had Don Roman. Do you think Don Roman said to his backroom staff, "We need Lego sets. We need Lego sets." Yeah. How about you build a Lego set of Don Roman and all his trophies that he won us? Yeah. How about that? Yeah. I bet they're building the Mayan temples, are they, at Cobham? Yeah. They're giving a bit of history, bit of historical settings, bruv. Yeah. Have a day off. What are we doing here? Yeah. Lego sets, bruv. Toys R Us settings. Yeah. Smiths. It's all Smiths, isn't it? All it's Christmas come early for these lot. So you have to question it. Luis Enrique, he rejected Chelsea, and I told these lot 2 years ago, and they all said, "No, you're waffling, Johnny. You're talking shit." And it comes out by Hunter, who's massive in La Liga, knows Luis Enrique on a personal level, like deep level. Yeah. And he said, no chance. He rejected them. He said the project's not for football, pretty much. And he said they're going to intervene all the time, and they pretty much are. They're in and out the dugout. They're in and out the fucking dressing room. They put their head of medical on the dugout to dictate substitutions. They got Willie Issa from New Zealand All Blacks. Oh, mentality monster, bruv. And everyone's bigging him up when we won the Club World Cup. Yeah, where is he now, the fucking Mel? Where is he? Why is John Terry not in there? Bruv, I'm done. Yeah? You bring in gloves are off and, you know, fucking hell, man.
No,
so you can clap. You can clap with gloves, you know. They can hear you. What are you, fucking a mile down the Cobham? Are you a mile away from the players that they have to hear you that far away? Why are you not in the hub of it? You know? And why are you asking players what they prefer? Do you prefer to play right back? Reece, do you prefer to play midfield? Because apparently, you know, Enzo only saw you as a midfielder. Or do you want to play fullback? Would you like to play right centre back? What do you feel? How do you feel about it? Yeah. And João Pedro, you know, do you want to play striker, or do you feel you're better as a number 10? You know, well, where would you like to play? And I'll play. Oh, hold on, I've got another 50 odd players to ask what they prefer, so that I can alter my tactics. Or hold on a minute, better still, you're going to put all of that information into AI software, and the AI is going to give you the team, innit, Matitz Rosner? And then you're going to get your C-cups and go and have a meeting, a little sit-down like Simon Phillips and the brown envelopes, and you're going to milk it with Ed Barley, and you're going to serve them up. This is what's been recommended by AI, and I think we're going to go with this team lineup for game day against Brentford. Yeah. So that's how we're moving, bruv. Epstein FC at this club. It's a joke. Did you know, Wiz, Dan? Someone actually found it. My ultras are elite. They dug up an image of Wiz with a towel. He had double D's, this geezer, right? A white towel out in, like, you know, one of them fucking. Have you ever seen layer cake? You know, the geezer that gets taken out where he's watering his plants after going for a swim. You know, that kind of setting. All right. Yeah. You know, grass, greenery, very luxurious and all that. And he's wearing a white towel. And I'd say about 6 yards apart, you've got Jeffrey Epstein there with someone else with a blurred face. Yeah. That's one of the owners. And do you know what this geezer said, Dan, before they bought the club? And I actually put Wiz out, Bowley out, yeah. Fucking well before they bought the club. When I found out what this geezer said, this is what he said, Dan. Have a little read of that.
Chelsea's potential Swiss billionaire buyer has no great liking for football, is driven to buy his respect for Putin-linked Roman Abramovich, won't splash out to secure silverware. What the fucking hell is this, bollocks, mate?
Read that one.
What I mean. Egg Barley, Chelsea were not terribly well managed on the football side, sporting side, or promotional side. We've got the brand, they've got the brains. Let's make lots of money. Oh my God, this is cringe, bruv.
Yeah. Now read that one.
Goldstein, who I believe is the cousin of Ben Jacobs, actually on Chelsea. Chelsea director Goldstein says Enzo is 100% safe as he became the first Blues chief to publicly back the Italian, adding they're optimistic they can make it into the Champions League positions this season. Simon Phillips is that talks Chelsea.
Yeah. Simon Phillips had a sit down with the hierarchy. He's been landing it on the ownership, and all of a sudden he's gone, oh, I see. I really believe in it now. I've sat with them. Do you? Do you believe pigs can fly? Do you?
Fucking hell, mate. You're a mess. You lot are a mess, bruv. You are a mess, bruv.
Hey?
It is fucked, bruv. It is fucked.
What's that one?
Can't even read that one.
Oh, yeah. Nizar Kinsella of the BBC, yeah, big back chokeholds for brown envelopes, has put out a big article explaining many things about Chelsea's project under the current owners and what they're trying to do right now in what looks to be a clear PR article sent from owners directly. It tries to explain and give reasons for why Chelsea are stockpiling young players and goes on to explain the strategy behind the thinking in one snippet I have pulled out below. Nizar Kinsella, who, when I was in the dugout and I screamed, "This is not Chelsea," against Southampton, Rahman Osman, I spoke to him. He knew who I was. And Nizar Kinsella did know because he ducked behind the monitor. You know where the journalists sit and they have a monitor?
Oh, yeah.
He ducked like that. And I clocked him in the corner of my eye. Yeah. He says, Nizar Kinsella says, buy young stars on lower wages, spread the payments over long contracts, keep flipping players, and sell on unwanted talent for a profit. That is Chelsea's strategy in a nutshell. Right? They tell you what I've been telling you, and you don't pay attention.
Yo, CB in the chat has just said Cy Phillips was in the group chat with us organising the protest. He's met the owners the same week we announced it.
Simon Phillips, I used to DM that guy, yeah, and he was all right. I thought he was actually a nice top geezer, yeah. And then I realised he was a brown envelope many years ago. And he blocked me straight away. Straight away. He blocked me, yeah. He's a brown envelope. Matt Law's blocked me. Ornstein's blocked me. The Athletics blocked me. They all fucking blocked me. All of them, yeah. And I ain't been rude to them, bruv. I've never been personal and rude, yeah. I just call them out. You know what Ornstein blocked me for?
Go on.
This is classic because I don't really interact with them.
I was going to say, I don't either. I don't interact with any of them. I just leave them. I can't stand people like that.
This is why he blocked me. I put a tweet and I said, Potter's not here for months. He's here for years. He's one of the best managers in the world. Yeah. That's what Paulstein quoted. So I re-quoted him, atting him, and he blocked me for that. Because he knows he looks like a silly sausage, doesn't he, Pinocchio?
Of course he does.
Yeah?
Of course he does. What's he talking about? Best managers in the world. What's he talking about? Honestly, like, I don't understand it, man. But look, man, I've got to shoot because I've got another show. But I'll say this lastly, right, John, yeah? If this was my fan base, I would be embarrassed that it's got to this stage, to this length of time, for them to all wake up now. Because where have they been since 2022? Like, seriously. I'm looking at it now. What have they seen in 2022? I understand people want to give it time, but I'd have given it 6 months and realised these clowns don't know what they're doing, and I would have wanted them out, like you, right? I mean, you've gone within, but didn't even want them, right? But when you look at it now, you think we're in 2026 now, and look at where Chelsea are at. £2 billion spent, waste of money, no understanding of what football is, no understanding of what the club want, no understanding of the history of the club, don't even know who Rudill is. Now you're highlighting new managers coming in playing with the Lego set. I mean, what? That is an absolute embarrassment as far as I'm concerned. So that's what I want to end with, because I can't understand how any of your fans think this is the way forward. And I can't understand that there are some people, and there have been some people there. Because the amount of people that I get DM me saying, oh, you're a Chelsea hater, right? Well, of course I hate Chelsea. You lot fucking hate Arsenal, right? But all I'm doing is telling you what I think is going wrong with your football club. And if people can't see that,
you're a football man. Like, you know football, innit? You know what works, what's right, what's the proven blueprint, you know? And sometimes you got to call a spade, bruv.
Facts.
You know? I mean, like, it is what it is. Like, I'm going to be honest, Arsenal look in good shape, bruv. They look like they're more equipped this year than last year. It doesn't mean I still don't despise you lot.
Yeah.
And you winning a title is a rattle job for me.
Yeah.
Right? But at the end of the day, like, my thing with Arsenal is this whole trust the process that you instilled in this psyche of supporters. And It's a trophy. And all you hear is this ownership talk about top four, because they need that Champions League money. Not to win the Champions League, like we're with Don Roman. We're in it to win it, bruv. You know? That's where we were. Now it's all this building what? Do you know what? I got a great campaign, yeah, when we're talking about Lego, Dan, before you do shoot off, all right? We should build out a Lego blue coat out. How about that? Can we build that out of Lego? Yeah? Blue coat out. If anyone's watching and you want to go to Toys R Us and have a bit of banter, go and build a blue coat out, bruv. There might be some very creative young'uns, Gen Zs, that are watching, that are feel very, very silly that they bought into this project. But maybe just go and build one of them for us, yeah? And 2 stars. 2 stars for Chelsea. Yeah. But listen, Dan, you shoot off, bruv, because I've got a couple things to read out. So I'll read them out on my own. But thank you for coming on. And I want everyone to make sure that you subscribe to Dan and help him get to his 100K, bruv. Bring your Lego to the protest. Throw Lego on the pitch. Throw fucking Lego on the pitch, and let's see all the backroom staff and the players start building on the pitch, bruv. You never know what they might carve up, mate. Yeah, fucking hell, bruv.
Unreal. Listen, Johnny, you're a legend, man. Keep landing it, and big up to the chat, man. You've been nothing but respectful to me, man. So thank you so much, and I appreciate all of you. And love for having me, mate. And I'm sure we'll join up again soon, John.
Love to you, Dan, bruv. Love
Take
to you,
care, bruv. Have a good evening, people. See you later.
Salute, fella. All right, big up to everyone. Let's quickly run through some of these. Chelsea Empire says, big up, Johnny. We call Arteta Lego. And Kieran Gill said, Rosnier's got Chelsea doing actual Lego sessions. This club didn't just fall off. They buried us. Only one way out is blue coat out. Spoken like Shakespeare, bruv. He says, to Dan for not being big up to Dan for not being a sellout and coming on the middle stream. I'm giving you a follow for that alone. Not one thing you said about Chelsea was wrong. We need more creators who keep it real like that. Facts, bruv. And do you have the mineral? Says what position would you do on Bonnie Blue, bruv? What position, bruv? Oh, mate, what are we doing? She's inverted herself, bruv, and she's been reinverted and inverted 1,000+ times. I don't know where you would start there, bruv. There's holes everywhere, yeah? But one thing you can guarantee with that one is she's definitely got her gloves off, bruv, yeah? Gloves are off on all aspects, bruv. I won't go near it. You could give me about 19 Viagras and I wouldn't get up, bruv, yeah? And that's been me being honest, yeah? Grim, absolutely grim, and it's out of order, bruv, yeah? Respect to everyone in here, bruv. Yeah? Respect to everyone in here, as always. But this is a disgrace at our football club, what is happening, and everyone that's accepting it, shame on you. Yeah? Shame on you. Yeah? It's not worth it sometimes, bruv. It's not worth it. Your credibility's in the bin. You're sellouts. And everything you do is for a pound note, and you're benefiting off Chelsea Football Club. You know? Why? What is that? You got to be proud of that. You're doing Judas settings on our football club. You're taking that silver, bruv. Are you? Really? What's it worth? What's it really worth? What are you profiting? Yeah. Because I'll tell you this now, Chelsea not in the Champions League and this and that, mate. Chelsea not in the Champions League, then you're going to be irrelevant, bruv. You're going to be absolutely irrelevant. And that's the problem we got, bruv. Yeah? You know? That's where we are. And I'm done. I've had enough. I want them out. It's Blueco out. There's no other solution. Damage their image. Damage their image. Stocks and value goes down. Investors pull out. We get our Chelsea back. And you do that chanting, protesting, being truthful, yeah? And stop buying into the PR, bruv. The PR is a load of lies. It has been for all this long, bruv, yeah? Chelsea sent representatives to Italy for Bastoni, yeah? Have a day off, bruv, yeah? The only thing they're going to Italy for, yeah, is pasta. Yeah, because ain't buying no fucking elite players. I'll tell you that now. Yeah, facts. It's not happening, bruv. Yeah. End of story. Change the model. You're 3 years late for that. Sorry, 3.5 years. When did I find out? I found out. When was it? When we played Newcastle away under Jellyfish Potter, and that's when I knew they were going in that dressing room and picking a team. And then when I was told what the whole tactic was, well, it hasn't changed. In fact, it's come to fruition. And it's so live and kicking, bruv. Yeah. The parasites are spreading like you wouldn't believe. Yeah. It's done. Yeah. It's absolutely done. You know, it's funny. You get all the PR, right? You get all this PR and people bought into it. People have pushed it as well. They love to push the PR. Yeah. But it's very similar to you've got a bed, you know, and you've gone to a 5-star hotel, you got the bed made up, looks fantastic, looks lavish, bruv, looks so cozy and comfortable, looks like a proper elite bed, memory foam mattress, which ain't good for you, by the way, but a memory foam mattress, lovely duvet, yeah, and then you lift it up, you go and heat up an iron, and you go and iron it underneath the sheet, you keep the sheet, you iron, let it get nice and toasty, you lift it up, and then something happens, bruv. You see all the bed bugs come up. And you go, hold on a minute, that don't look too healthy. Well, that's Chelsea. Chelsea, to all you deluded wrong'uns, looks fantastic from the outside. Nah. It's full of bed bugs, bruv, that have infested this football club. Yeah? Infested it, bruv. Yeah? Big up the Chases, up the Minerals FC, big up Geezer, Gator City, here we go. Guess the yes man isn't getting what he wants. Watch the melt spin this Blueco PR now. Bruv, I spoke with Dan earlier about Mark Gay, yeah? So you can go to the start of the stream, rattle job. It's a disgrace. It's an absolute disgrace. And this yes man, he's got no say on anything. Never will do at all, bruv. He's the brand and face of Blueco's model. And they've groomed him to a T. He knows what he signed up for and he can't believe he's landed this job. So I do feel sorry for the geezer because his career is going to be ruined from here on after. Yeah, he's done out here. But he was employed by Blue Car under Strasbourg, so he's contractually binded. He can't do nothing. He has to stick with it, bruv. And that's the reality, bruv. Yeah. Big up to everyone. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button as always. All right. And I want you to put all your comments down below. And I want you to hype it, like it, all that. Make sure you support Dan. And I'm out. I'll probably do a live later if I feel like it, or a video, and land off if there's any more BSPR coming out. And that's where we are, bruv. So as always, up the Chelsea, up the Minerals FC. Salute to our Chelsea old boys. We see things don't ever see. No surrender mentality. Yeah. And if you are going to the protest, yeah, make sure you make yourselves heard. And everyone in the ground, make sure you make yourselves heard. Yeah. All right. Fuck off, Egg Barley. Blue coat out would be nice. And chant Roman Abramovich, bruv, the most elite owner in the history of football that they have sanctioned. And Egg Barley should get sanctioned. If Iran are going to get sanctioned, then this geezer should be sanctioned. No, same energy. Doesn't matter if he's got a citizenship and passport from America because his offices are based in California. Roman had an Israeli citizenship and an Israeli passport, and they still sanctioned him, bruv. All right? So double standards, is it? I thought not. Salute to everyone. Up the Chelsea, up the Mills FC. Win, lose, draw, blue coat out.
Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich! Roman Abramovich!